Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. My name is Bradley, but you can call me Bradley, and today we're going to be doing something really interesting, and that's we're rebuilding the trial chambers from the newest Minecraft update. Basically, why I want to rebuild these things is because honestly I think they're a little naff. I'm not a big fan of the whole land nothing happening environments, so I want to see what I can do and see if I can upgrade them. Maybe you do like them. You might be insane, but maybe you like them. I am yet to look on the inside of these things, so ooh, it's pretty cozy environment in here. I feel like if I go through near one of these things, I'm going to die, even though I'm in creative mode. I am a fan of the new blocks, like these copper blocks here and things like that. Those look pretty cool. So how big was the one I spawned in? Is it? Okay, so this is how much I need to upgrade. Oh my word, I've taken on a task far too big.
1 hour later.
Okay, and like that, I'm done with the first room. You might notice something I've done is a little strange, is I mostly tried to use the newer blocks. Now, I didn't really do this for any particularly smart reason. I kind of just thought, you know, I might as well stick to the new blocks, stick to the new designs, stick to the same color scheme. And even though I don't believe it's the best thing I've ever built, I think it's starting to look better, because one thing I tried to do, and one thing I really didn't like about the original design of the trial chamber, was how the orange and the blue, they just contrast each other. Like if we go out here to the areas that I haven't done yet, that's a massive contrast, and I didn't think it fits at all. People haven't been around in Minecraft have built these things in years probably, so I don't see the reason why they all look so brand new, although I'm still quite a bit away from being finished with this thing. I think that's all I'm gonna do for today, though. I'm getting a little tired. Just that room there took me an hour to make. Why did that take so long? at least I know all the designs that I can use now. All right. I'll see you guys when I'm more awake. So guys, after definitely not taking a 2-day break, I am back. I'm going to be looking at how to build this properly now. So you just saw me basically skip the entire building section of this one. And it's kind of because I wanted to tell how I would build this thing, because, you know, it's a little difficult when you're running off the top of your head and you're making this stuff up as you go, and it's very hard to commentate over that stuff. But now that I've created a really, personally, I think this is a really cool environment, I think I can make a off the top of my head, keep on going, talking as I'm building section of the map. So comparing this, which is the original area, to my new upgraded version of it, I think I'm starting to see some really good freaking progress here. So I'm just going to change a couple more sections like this, adding a little detail into the sides here, because one thing that that really made me want to go, oh, I really want to rebuild this place. Like whenever I see normal structures in Minecraft, they usually have a feeling of desolateness. They, you know, I think I might have mentioned this before, but they feel like they've been run down a bit. And these areas look obviously very brand new, very furnished, and they're also very flat. There's not a lot going on, and even like normal Minecraft builds like the jungle temple or areas like that, they have like indents near areas in them, but this looks very cold, and I'm not a big fan of that in Minecraft. So I'm just going to run through and I'm going to start designing this hall here and chat with you while I do it. This next area should be quite easy to make, honestly. It's a pretty bland, flat hall, and it's a straight line too, so all details I use in it I can really just reuse over and over again, like a cheat. So I cheat a lot in my builds. I bet you didn't know that. Yeah, you watch a cheater. Well, you probably don't watch me. This is probably your first time watching me, and I've just thrown away some new viewers. One thing I'm going to do is add some arches in, make it look really freaking cool. By doing stuff, just small details like this, we can start to make the area look really neat. And I don't think I'm just going to stop there. I think I'm going to add stuff like this in the background of it, so we can start to, you know, so it doesn't look 2D. I'm really chatting to myself here rather than you guys, so I'm sorry about that, but I'll see what I can talk about. Oh, and one thing that is good when you're designing bases or anything really in general is adding detail in the places where it doesn't look like there should be detail. I always like to say that. Some YouTubers will say, oh, don't over detail things, but I'm kind of on the opposite spectrum of that, where you kind of have to, in my personal opinion at least, add detail wherever you can. Obviously don't just slam a bunch of random stuff into your base, but add if you can find a way to add subtle detail into every area of your base, you're going to create one of the coolest things in Minecraft. Generally, that's my personal opinion, but I think it's true. So, it's not my personal opinion, it's absolute honesty correct. Boom, boom. Stairs. Other stairs. And then I can place some of those in. Make it look a little more degraded over, like it's been degraded over time. So I'm going to add those chains in there, and that's going to look almost like, you know, some sort of guard railing or some energy transmitters. And with that, you know, because they're energy transmitters, we have to think, okay, we need a hole in the ceiling now. Maybe we'll get some hoppers in, because they aren't just going to go straight into nothing, are they? We can't just have like these holes in the ceiling. That's going to look a little random. We have to sort of make it look more gradual. So by doing that, we can make it so they gradually raise into the ceiling and to those hoppers, which I think looks pretty cool. Maybe, what does it look like if it's just downwards? Ooh, actually, these ones, they have a pretty cool design when they're off. So maybe if I do that, so it's not every single one, but it's like the ones that are off. And I go to rats to grab one of these guys and then connect it in. Yes, that area is starting to, you know, I definitely wasn't doubting myself or anything at all just then. So I've gotten that down now. That looks pretty slick for an area with just a little crafting table. But yeah, that's how much time it takes to make a small area like that, if you didn't know. It doesn't take too long, but it takes enough time to make you drive yourself mad. So I'm done making the hallways. A couple things happened while I was making it. First thing I thought was, why didn't I just say I was going to make one section of it, then voice over that, and upload it and be lazy? And do you know what I thought directly after that? I should have thought of that before I started making this video. Anyway, I'm carrying on now, and I think I'm going to try and do the whole thing. And also, I got jump scared by the Microsoft sound effect while I was making this. The Minecraft one. I was scared out of my skin. It's like a couple seconds before I started recording. I was finishing off, then I heard dum. I was like, what? What's that? Anyway, going back to Minecraft building. I finished this area now. I've duplicated the same area thing over here to over here now. Slightly different design. Instead of the green, it's gone for a more darker copper now, because that was what was along this wall. I've kept the same, you know, wind turbine effect on the side here. I decided I'd turn off a couple of these lamps to create more atmosphere. So now we have a pretty smooth transition between, you know, this large area here with all the things and all the thingamajigs in it, and you can like walk around this area now, and it feels like it pretty smoothly transitions into this back area here. And you'll start, I don't know if you can, but I think you'll be able to start seeing where I want to go with this little challenge for myself here. By the way, this is taking a lot longer than I thought it would. So if you're wondering why I haven't uploaded in a while, it isn't just because this video took ages to make, and it's just because I haven't had any ideas for videos recently, and I thought, oh, this update came up, why not make this? But anyway, I guess the next areas I'm working on are going to be this little chamber here, so these stairs, and this big chunk here, which is going to take a lot longer than I probably thought it would. So yeah, wow, looking around, this place is there's beds, there's, what is up with these builds, man? This place is crazy. This is my first time seeing the trial chambers, by the way, so like, try not to be too like weirded out by why is he so shocked? He's making this, right? Yeah, I am, but I have no idea. Why is my textures not working? Okay, that's bizarre. Anyway, looking around this place, I figured out one thing, and that is that I'm lost. And there's a lot more to this place than I originally thought. Okay, so now that I've created this tunnel and this area here, let's see how much of the thing I'm breaking into the base, never mind. Let me see if I can find my way out of here. Without preferably not smashing through the whole base. Let me just patch that up so I don't have to worry about going back inside. Okay, so I've done this area here and this area here, and I have that left. Okay, so just that's around those two areas. That's around an hour and a half worth of work. Oh man. Okay, I have just finished a massive section of the map. Well, not massive. Big enough, let me put it that way. I have done this entire middle area here. I've done I've added all these cool textures on the walls. I've tried using most of the tricks that I used in the other room, except I remembered I could use acacia and it's very similar to usual turf, so I thought it must be similar to these bricks too, and it was, so that's really good. I've got some really neat textures in here, and I've made every single one of these corridors now, so they look really nice on the inside. I think I have 4 big rooms like this left to do, and then I'm going to be completely done. But with this, it's been a bit of a challenging design, especially since I'm using a lot of the same. It's very samey, the trial chambers, the rooms look very similar. So to try and make them all look very filled with detail and very compact and like feeling very alive, it's very hard to make something like this bland turn into something like this. And even in here I've missed out a couple areas where I could have added something like here, which I probably will add something eventually. But yeah, making it feel, even if it's slightly more alive, it looks so much better, and I think I can do it with the rest of the space. This room here, I've actually walked into it and I thought this is actually the coolest room I've seen, and I kind of wish the other ones were like this, because this one's really cool. I mean, it's not like super professionally built or anything like that, and it doesn't, I don't really expect that to be from Minecraft, honestly, but with this area here there's so much depth, and it's like the white on the below, and it's all really cool, and it all feels like, you know, if you fall into this you're gonna freeze. Oh my word, you really are gonna freeze if you fall into that. I really hope you can't die in creative. But yeah, this room's going to be really cool to texture, and I can't wait to get around to doing it. Okay, I think I'm going to keep this one short because I'm very tired, and I don't know why I decided to record this at midnight. But anyway, I've finished this room. It took me around 40 minutes, and I finished this room, which took me around 20 minutes. So, you know, I'm moving on swiftly. I'm surprised at how long this is taking me, honestly, because I thought I'd be able to do this in like a day. It's taking me like 2 weeks now. It seems like a long time, but it's like 2 weeks on and off because of my job. Yeah, look at that. I'm bragging. I'm in work now. I'm an adult. This sucks. Anyway, I'm moving on now. We can look at this cool area that is very cool. It's looking very neat. I still haven't done all the aspects of the area. Like, I haven't textured and graded everything. But I think with all the new blocks, learning how to use them, trying to use them massively, and trying to make it so everything in the area isn't like super expensive. So like, I can use acacia in the walls because acacia is going to be everywhere. So if somebody was to play this and they destroyed the walls, they can get some like super valuable resource from it. Because, you know, I can't exactly put like netherite details or anywhere, or that wouldn't really make much sense. And I really hope I haven't done that anywhere where I've just like lost touch or just been texturing. But yeah, you can see what I mean by like I'm trying to use like basic blocks when designing it. And I think I've checked through that I have 3 rooms left now. So yeah, I have this room. Sorry about the weird texture thing. I don't know why it's doing that. It might just be because it's a snapshot. I've never actually played on a snapshot before, so this is my first time. We've also got the rooms back here to do, which are this room here, which is much taller than it originally looks, and there's a lot going on in here, so that's going to take a little bit long to edit or make, sorry. And then we've got the room back here, and once all 3 of those rooms are done, I'm going to be done with this whole thing. Like, I can give up, I can leave, I can work on something more fun. I hope this video gets views, by the way, because like, why other people's snapshot videos get views? I don't like doing this sort of stuff. I'm gonna be honest. I like doing the cool stuff, like building big bases. This interior rebuilding stuff is kind of, I don't know, lame. So guys, I'm not going to bother you too long with this bit here because my throat hurts. It's not for your consideration why I'm doing this or your help. I just don't want to speak much longer. But anyway, I've created this room, the mossy room, and I figured out how to get leaves working. So it was my stupidity why it wasn't working. It wasn't the game or the snapshot or anything like that. But I've been with this room here. It's definitely my favorite room made so far. Super mossy. Made a big tree in the center. Not very good at making trees, so don't blame me for it. It looks kind of manic. But one thing I have been doing is when I'm making these rooms, and you might have seen it a little bit earlier, is I've been trying to make it so traversing around them is a little easier. Because even though the rooms, I think they are quite well made, I found like when I was moving around them to be a little annoying and a little clumsy. So even though, you know, this area here, obviously I'm making a pretty bad point. Originally, before, this was just like a floating area that you'd have to build up to. But I was thinking like you have some vines across there, and then if you want to get down, you can either go down that way or you can bounce up this. And I thought, you know, small changes like that, even though they're not massive changes to the actual design of the game, they are pretty cool. And anyways, oh, bit of a lag spike there. Please ignore that. Don't dislike the video because of it. I have finished this area now, which is looking pretty cool. Maybe a little bit of a minor I need to add some more minor details. I mean, I'm not done, but I'll get done with this as soon as I possibly can. So like I still need to do little cracks in the roof, things like that. But yeah, once I've done that, I can move on to other parts of the build, which is going to be fun, I think. I don't know, I've got 2 parts left. Wish me luck. Well, I have finished 2 of the areas. I've got 1 area left, which I probably will do off camera because it's the same as one of the other areas, and because I don't have the mod where I get to use my axe world edit, I can't delete it. I have to do it. I could do it by hand, deleting it, but that would take so long. I think it's more worth just making the room. Anyway, I've finished this room here now, and it looks really freaking cool. This one here is kind of bland. It feels more like an in-between room, but I did some stuff with waterfalls down here, and I edited it and made a couple small changes, but nothing massive. But this room here I did a lot with and tried to use a bit of perspective at one point. At this part here, the perspective isn't as great. You just go into a massive pillar on the wall because that was already there. I decided not to delete it and just keep it there. But with this one here, you walk in. If you come in from the right, you walk and you've got a good perspective of this giant I made, wearing like a Roman skirt of copper and things. It's got a cool outfit. It's got a weird head, long hair that you can climb up. No joke, you can literally climb all the way up this thing. Then, you know, rest on its shoulder. I think this is probably the best room I've made because I put the most detail into it, little water fountains, and I've just done as much as I possibly could with this singular room, and it's turning out really cool. So I can now properly fly through a majority of this place now, and anywhere I decide to turn, whether it be, you know, smaller areas like this, I go up here, you can go in here, cha. It's very cool. I can basically go everywhere in this game now, which is really neat, including this area, which is still a really cool tree. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty proud of that one. So I've textured this area. I kind of missed it because of how like intertwined, like hard to get to it is. But basically, it's practically identical to another room I made. So what I think I'm gonna do with this one is try to make it unique and do my own version of this room. So maybe I'll keep the spawners up here, but replace this all with lava or something, you know, or I'll add dripstone spikes to the ground. So falling off these platforms actually means death, rather than, you know, I'm down here. Nothing's gonna hurt me. Anyway, I just need to do this room now, and then I can go to editing this video, which is not going to be fun, but it's going to be done. I don't. That didn't even make any sense. I'm very tired and I'm very ill. I'm very ill today. So like, don't hold it against me. Okay, after a painstakingly long time, I've finally finished rebuilding the entirety of the trial chambers. This took so long. Well, when I say so long, I mean like, you know, 6 hours. What was it? Sorry, 7 hours. It took around 7 hours to build, if I'm not wrong. Maybe. Actually, I think it took 8 hours. I'm really trying to remember, because I'm trying to remember all the rooms I did, how long each one took me. So I'm going to guess around 7.5 to 8 hours this one took me. And that isn't too long compared to some other builds where I've done. It's taken me 30 hours in the past. But it took me quite a while to get this video out because I've been trying to do it on top of working and, you know, things like that. I'm going to stop moaning now. It's pretty cool though. I've added a lot of detail into this whole place. I'll try to make a world download, although I don't know how if I can, when I'm using, what's this thing called, a snapshot. I don't know if how to do it through snapshots, whether it's any different. But yeah, you can always give it a test shot if you want to see if it still works, or if you want to get any building ideas, or really get any idea through how this thing works. But I put a lot of detail into this thing, and I'm pretty proud of it, honestly. I really wish I could have done some stuff with the replay mod. The reason I say that is because even though I can run through this stuff really quickly, a lot of it is jump cuts, because the base is, because I can't do lots of like replays, and I don't have a second account to record any time lapses on. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you find it really informative, and I hope you learned some stuff from it. I hope you know that this took me a long time to make, and I hope you know it's going to take me quite a while to edit. So have a nice day, and enjoy Minecraft, because it's fun. Don't do what I did and make it unenjoyable.